I am Shkuntla, PGT Bio. I am going to present Chapter 21 of Biology, Class 11, Neural Control and Coordination. The topic is human eye. Learning outcomes. After the lesson, student will be able to identify and define parts of the human brain, discuss how parts of the eye work together to provide the vision. A pair of eye are located in the sockets of the skull called orbits. An adult human eye is nearly a spherical structure. The wall of the eyeball is composed of three layers. The external layer is composed of a dense connective tissue and is called sclera. The anterior portion of this layer is called cornea. The middle layer, choroid, contains many blood vessels and looks bluish in color. The choroid layer is thin over the posterior two-third part of the eyeball, but it becomes thick in the anterior part to form the ciliary body. The ciliary body itself continues forward to form a pigmented and opaque structure called the iris, which is visible colored portion of the eye. The eyeball contains transparent crystalline lens which is held in place by ligaments attached to the ciliary body. In front of the lens, the aperture surrounded by the iris is called the pupil. The diameter of the pupil is regulated by the muscle fibers of the iris. The space between the cornea and the lens is called aqueous chamber and contains a thin watery fluid called aqueous humor. The space between the lens and the retina is called the vitreous chamber and is filled with a transparent gel called vitreous humor. The innermost layer of the eye is the retina, and it contains three layers of neural cell from inside to outside: the ganglion cells, the bipolar cell, and the photoreceptor cells. There are two types of photoreceptor cells, namely rods and cones. The rod cells provide twilight or scotopic vision, and the cone cells provide daylight or photopic vision and color vision. The rod and cone cells contain light-sensitive proteins called photopigment. The rod cells contain purplish-red protein called rhodopsin or visual purple, which contains a derivative of vitamin A. In the human eye, there are three types of cones, which possesses their own characteristic photopigment that respond to red, green, and blue light. The sensation of different colors are produced by various combination of these cones and their photopigments. When the cones are stimulated equally, a sensation of white light is produced. Blind spot. Blind spot is where the optic nerve and blood vessels leave the eyeball. Photoreceptors are not present in that region and hence it is called blind spot. At the posterior pole of the eye, lateral to blind spot, there is a yellowish pigmented spot called macular lutea, with a central pit called fovea. The fovea is the thinned out portion of the retina where only the cones are densely packed. It is the point where the visual resolution is the greatest. Mechanism of vision. The light ray in visible wavelength is focused on retina through the cornea and lens generate potential in the rod and cones. The photo pigments in the human eye is composed of opsin, a protein, and retinal, an aldehyde of vitamin A. Light induces dissociation of retinal from opsin, resulting in changes in the structure of opsin. This causes membrane permeability changes. As a result, potential difference are generated in the photoreceptor cells. This produces a signal that generates action potentials in the ganglion cells through the bipolar cells. These action potential impulses are transmitted by the optic nerves to the visual cortex of the brain, where the neural impulses are analyzed and the image formed on the retina is recognized based on earlier memory and experience. Assignment. Very short answer type question. Question number 1. Which type of vision is found in human eyes? Question 2. Which layer of the eyeball forms the ciliary body? Question number 3. What is photopic and photopic vision? Short answer type questions. Blind spot of the eye is devoid of ability of vision. Why is it so? Question number 2. Are rod and cones equally distributed over the entire surface of the retina? Why or why not? Question number 3. Differentiate the rods and cones of the retina. Long answer type questions. Distinguish between aqueous humor and vitreous humor. Question number 2. What is the term used for inner layer of the eye? Explain it. Thank you.